From Gannett in the US to Global in Europe and Times Group in India, Canva is the essential storytelling tool for journalists of every kind, because we're all visual journalists now. Hi, I'm Jonathan Harley. I lead the Journalist and Newsrooms initiative at Canva. We support journalists and news businesses all over the world to tell great stories that engage audiences. Because the game has changed in fundamental ways.
Being a good journalist is now no longer just about being a good writer. It's about being a good writer, but also a good designer and a good publisher.
I've been a journalist for more than 20 years as a foreign correspondent, a TV producer, a radio reporter, and a doco maker. I know the tools journalists use have a direct impact on the quality of the stories they tell. Because nowadays, every journalist needs the tools to create, manage, and deliver content with speed, ease, and brand consistency. And they need to do so across multiple platforms: broadcasts, websites, social networks, and bespoke apps. In this series, we show you the tools and how to use them, from creating compelling social content to engaging video and becoming deft at data visualization.
Whether it's economic, whether it's political, financial, sports, data is absolutely everywhere, and telling stories with that data just works better if you do it visually. I think the potential for Flourish and Canva together is absolutely massive. On the Canva side, there's this incredible tool that newsrooms can use to produce images, social, videos, things like that. On the Flourish side, you've got the toolkit for data storytelling, but also interactive content generally. And I think if you put those two things together, it's a pretty killer mix.
Each of the videos in this series are 5 to 10 minutes long, so they'll get you up to speed really quickly. And you can get hands-on as we go. Learn while you watch with our tutorial workbooks. You'll find the first workbook here. Just scan the QR code on your screen or head to the link in the video description. The way we all communicate has completely changed. Here's how we think about it. It's now a visual economy. The digital revolution has powered a visual revolution unlike anything we've seen in human history. Never before has there been so much visual content competing for your attention and affection, and nobody knows that better than journalists.
The biggest change, I think, for journalists is that you are on and you are communicating with your audience from sort of the minute you're up in the morning till the minute you go to bed at night. So we do about 50 interviews a day, and the majority of that content's made available as VOD across our website and app.
TV is a visual medium, and so in order for us to be successful, we have to have good design elements that people want to watch. We are all on Canva. We've got a team set up on the platform. It's all about creating graphics that go directly onto screen.
But the tools that most journos have been using to navigate this new visual territory haven't actually been built for this visual century. They're not fit for purpose for every journo. With so much visual content to create, we need to manage this creative process at scale across everything we do. And at Canva, we put all the tools of the trade in one place. And that's why Canva is trusted by journalists in long-established newsrooms like USA Today to the next generation of media mastheads like the Daily Oz in Australia. So here's what you'll learn in this series. The super simple, time-saving ways of working in the Canva editor, including creating and managing your brand so that you can drag and drop your way to visual mastery. How to create social content that will grow and engage your audience and publish it directly to any platform. How to create social video on the go with Canva's fast and easy to use video tool. Also, newsletters. We know how important they've become, so learn how Canva can help you create them. And data visualization. Compelling data storytelling is essential, and we'll show you how to do it with Canva and Flourish. Finally, the all-important shop fronts for your audio and video content. How to make podcast art and YouTube thumbnails. So let's get going. The first step to setting up efficient workflows is creating a set of unbreakable branded templates for the whole team to use. Templates they can grab no matter whether they're in the office or in the field and use to create great looking content and quickly. We asked our graphic designer Maddie to show us how to create on-brand templates for your team in Canva.
Hi, I'm Maddie, and I'm a graphic designer here at Canva. I'm going to show you how to jump into Canva and create templates for your team in 6 easy steps. Before you do anything else, you'll want to make sure you have your brand kit fully set up. This is where you store all the elements of your brand style guide, your fonts, your color palettes, and logos so that you can easily apply them to any design. Let's take a look in the Canva editor.
Open the brand kit from the homepage here. You can see I have all my assets set up and ready to use for our media brand 3N. My logos, primary and secondary color palettes, and brand fonts. We're ready to go to make a template. This time we'll create a new Instagram post template for our 3N news brand. I'll start from a Canva template, so let's see what we have in the Canva library. I'll search for news, Instagram, and scroll to find one that would work with my brand. This one looks good, so I'll click Customize this template. Now I can use the brand kit to optimize this template for our organization. Let's apply our brand style by going to the Styles tab on the left here. You can see it's loaded my fonts and palette here. Step 1 is to update the fonts by clicking on my brand fonts here. You can see it's updated the fonts in the design and applied my brand fonts. Step 2 is to apply my color palette. This is for our news brand, which has those darker blues. I can click the color palette to apply the colors and continue clicking to shuffle through more color combinations. Secondary palette is also available if I want to reference that. Now if I'd like to tweak a few elements, I can do that by clicking what I'd like to update and going to the color tile up here on the toolbar. My brand colors appear here too, so I can keep all colors precisely on brand. Now for a few final changes. The text here isn't contrasting as much as I'd like, so I'll change that too. Okay, this looks great. For step 3, I'll swap out the logo. I'll ungroup those placeholder assets so I can delete that logo. And now I'll bring in the 3N logo from the Logos tab here. If you can't see the Logos tab, check the More section. You can see these helpful guides popping up to show you when things are aligning. Step 4 is to manage your images. I'm going to make it really simple for anyone to replace this photo in the future by adding a frame to hold the image. I'll choose a rectangle one to suit this design. I'll place it over the image and extend it out so it sits perfectly. I can right-click to send it backwards so it sits behind the other design elements, or go to the position menu up here on the toolbar and select Send to Back. Now when someone wants to change the image, it will snap into that frame, making it super easy to update. Step 5 is to make the template unbreakable. I'm going to partially lock parts of this template so people can update it, but the layout will remain the same. I'll lock the major elements like the logo, photos, and major text. Now I can easily select a photo and replace that. So even though these are still locked in place, I can still edit the content. Step 6 is to save the design for your team to use. I'm happy with this template, so to save it to my team's folder, I go to Share, More, and click this icon which says Template. It's confirming some elements are locked. Now I'll go to the Shared with You folder and save them into Team Templates and hit Publish. Done! When I click on View Template, I can see it's available to my team in the Template section. Now anyone in my team can use this template, or I can share it with this link.
Well, there you have it. Maddie showed you how to create an on-brand team template in just a few minutes. And as you can see, it's pretty easy. Now, before you go, these principles apply regardless of the size of your news outlet or team that you're working with. And as we've seen with journalists in all sorts of news organizations, Canva's not just powering their content workflows, it's also, they're saying, consistently driving higher audience engagement and stronger audience growth. Canva doesn't just make it easier and quicker to create content, it's actually better for the audience and helps reinforce your trusted news brand. So let's get going to the next video. Coming up, creating social stories with Canva. See you soon.